Welcome. Welcome to American Alpha Male. I'm glad you're here. Blessed that you're here. All I ask that you do is participate in the question I'm going to ask. Give me some feedback. Let me know what y'all like. Let me know your dislikes. Hold on. I got to get rid of those zombies. So today's question is, do you have a second favorite number or a third one? If so, what is it? Wait to the end to get my answer to this question. I'm going to start doing that. How y'all like that? Wait to the end to get to it. So, in the previous video, I said I'd make a video addressing why it didn't work out with my ex and why I will work out with the next woman or women that I'm with. We'll kind of break down what I'm getting to on that. So, why didn't it work out? Well, in order to get to that, let's understand how it even came to fruition. And this is going to be personal. So you might be pissed, you might be happy, you might be sad, you might not be sad. Now, I'm going to protect her a little bit because what I believe, honestly, is when you speak about people in your past life, just speak good about them so you don't harbor any negative emotions about them. And then, when they hear about it, they're just going to understand you have no ill will towards them. It's going to force them to say, well, damn, that person actually wasn't that bad. No matter how it ended. Except if it ended physically. Or somebody, you could even say if they stole from you. Say, you know what, that person was in a very dark space. I understand it. They had to get help. And I hope they received the help that they need. It just didn't work out. So unless it was physical, that's it. Even if they cheated. If they cheated, and I never cheated on any woman I've ever been with. But if they cheated, still say the same thing. Listen, they just weren't ready for a relationship at that time. And I understand. They thought they were, but they weren't. And it's all right. They're going to be great for somebody, but it just wasn't able to work out with me. These are things in which you have to say, because when you speak out positivity, it leaves the energy from you to be good. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to rewind the clocks back years ago when we were teenagers, right? She was gorgeous from the day I met her. Hell, I think by the second day I was already in love with her. You know, the puppy love phase and everything like that when we were kids. And the reason, once again, I'm speaking glowingly about her because I don't want to give off the negative stuff. We're not friends. We're not cool. We don't speak. We don't talk to each other. Once you're my ex, you're cut off. You're done. So, what happened was simple. We were teenagers. We were in like. She wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend at that time. She's a year older than me. I believe I was 15 and she was 16. Or I was 14 and she was 15. Either way that goes. Nah, she would have had to have been 16. Yeah. Here's how it goes. I was infatuated. I was loving on her a lot. Hell, she even met my parents. Well, my stepdad, because my pops was in jail. I did have a stepdad for a couple of years. Shout out to Leon Thurman. Good 2-year run. But she met my mother, met my stepfather. I met her mother. It was all good. It was all light. It was all fun. You know, then one day somebody spread some bad news about her to me to say that she didn't even like me, that she was not feeling me, that I was wasting my time, that she is with this guy and I need to leave her alone. And instead of me addressing it with her, I got pissed. I got pissed. Because what they didn't know that they had did was they had knocked my self-esteem down. Partially the self-esteem that she gave me. Her even being in public with me, which I was faking a lot of my self-esteem as a teenager. Probably half of it. So I was bold enough to talk to girls. But they never feel like I belonged talking to them. And I got away with a lot of sixes and fives what I shouldn't have been getting away with. But it is what it is. She was for sure a 10. Always been a 10. She's still a 10. But it hurt because of what I had done for her. The gifts in which I had purchased her. The food in which I've given her. The time in which I gave her. The future that I built for us that it seemed like she didn't want to be a part of off of the lie that they told me. See, if you're going to do this stuff with the internet and give your opinions on stuff, you better be honest about yourself. Was I a little gangbanger? Of course. Was I a football player? Of course. Was I a basketball player? Of course. Was I a baseball player? Of course. Did I have some thug in me? Of course. Was I a stupid person? Not by any stretch. Had great grades. 3.0. But that ruined it. Then we separated. And throughout the years, we added each other on MySpace and Facebook eventually and all of these things. And this happened. Then, almost 3 years ago, we connect. Seemed like she's tired of the single life. I'm tired of the single life. Before I got with her, I did 10 years single. Didn't have a girlfriend, didn't want one. Attempted a couple of times. Dated some women, but they never were officially my lady. Hell, they'll even tell you that they obviously missed the boat. Obviously missed the boat. It is what it is. But what it allowed me to look at was her in a light of not just being the woman that I had fell for years ago, but even her being a mother, because I understand that more than likely the woman that I'm going to be with is going to come with kids. And that's fine. If I marry one that doesn't have kids, that's perfectly fine too. Either or, it doesn't matter to me. Now, my limit is 4. Some of y'all thinking like, God damn, 4 kids? It's more than that. It's more than that. It's personal with me. My mother had 4 boys. All of our dads was gangbangers, getting locked up and stuff like that. So that's what 4 is. Because if I can accept it for my mother, I accept it for me. Granted, my mother had her own life. I had my own life. Her life is not mine to live. I get all that. But mentally, that's where I'm at up here. Now, not saying any alpha male has to take that path. That is not your path to take if you don't want to. You will not be shamed for saying, I don't want to date a woman with children, or 1 is my limit, 2 is my limit, 3 is my limit. That is fine for you. But for me. So, plus I got 4 myself. But either way that goes. Talked to her. For some odd reason, it was like we took it from high school to adulthood, rekindled. And it was the step we were supposed to take as teenagers that we never did because she wasn't allowed. And it was amazing. It was passionate. 30-minute conversations, just a pure elation. Some of the greatest times just over the phone, not even in a physical. Thanksgiving was the day that my ex had left. Just so happens Thanksgiving is the day and my 10-year anniversary that we made it official. Check the ring size out. If I'm going to deal with you, I'm going to deal with you. I want to know your ring size because I'm not in it for the short run. I'm in it for the long one. This is it. I'm not here to play games. Either you be serious about it or I'm going to get serious about leaving. And that's going to be that. So we ring shopped, Christmas shopped for our kids, hers and mine. Met my mother all over again. My mother hadn't aged. Probably got a little bit shorter. That's just a jab at my mom. Hi, Mom. But that was that. We didn't spend Christmas together for obvious reasons, but we spent New Year's together. But at this time, the name Seti Nash was blowing up. I'm a whole entire algorithm. I'm making money off of YouTube. Not yet off Instagram, but I'm building even through Instagram to make money off of that. And this is where things started to crack. And I didn't listen to my cousin who told me, you need to stay off your phone. But I told my ex in previous stints of conversations that I am afraid, I'm petrified of going broke. I'm scared. Still to this day, I fear. Maybe it's unhealthy. But I lost it all 3 times in my 20s and I refuse to do it in my 30s. But I fear going broke again. And I thought I articulated that to her, but I apparently didn't because we're no longer today. So I spent time on the phone, not cheating, of course. She had my passwords. One of my phones don't even have a lock on it still to this day. But, yeah, we did what we're supposed to do. Valentine's Day, I wasn't able to get to her. Still sent her some money or something like that. Her and her daughter went on a trip. I gave her daughter some couple of hundreds of dollars. She met my kids. Flew out to California. She stayed in Vegas. I technically was staying in Atlanta. I got a place in California, but hey, didn't have it that time. But we made it work. Came out, seen my kids, kicked it. My daughter approved. My son even approved. My daughter's little sister, which is basically my niece, she approved. Everybody was in approval mode. My cousin approved. She liked her. My mother approved. My brother approved. I'm thinking, all right, everything is good. On her birthday, I'm going to propose to her. That was my whole entire goal, was to propose to her on her birthday. It would have been a year, close to a year. We'd be married by the next year. Technically, this year we would be married. Didn't work that way. One of the things she said that she wouldn't do that she did. She said she wouldn't break up via text. And that's what she did. But let's talk about where it went wrong. We used to talk every morning around the same time, even though I'm on the East Coast, so I'm getting Central Time Zone and stuff like that. She's about 2 to 3 hours always behind me. Still made those calls. Communication started breaking down. One thing that I demand out of my relationships is trust, communication, and understanding. There's also 3 other things. You need to be physically, sexually, and mentally attractive. Communication started to break down. To the point where we used to talk every day. We're only talking like twice a week. She unfriended me on Facebook. What happened was this. Though I did not cheat on her with a woman, I cheated on her in a different way. Because when she was with me, I wasn't with her. I was too busy on the phone trying to build up capital. I thought she understood it, but she didn't because I didn't make her fully understand. But I didn't understand. F the money. Take care of your wife to be. And so she got scared. And she quit. I got pissed. I blamed her. Because at that same time, she had a job, but she went and copped a second job. So that time we were supposed to speak and talk and everything like that, we weren't doing anymore. So I got upset. Accused her of cheating. I had no proof. I accused her of being a liar. I accused her of using me. She got her own money. She didn't really need mine at all. I don't know. She didn't. She was sending me money for lunch, just randomly, $50 here, $30 here. To the point, I'm sitting here like, No woman has ever done nothing for me like this. All the women I've dated, they've never bought me shit. I didn't expect it. I didn't want it. Never gotten a gift, none of that. Now that's changed in the future now. But it was different. It was love. I actually loved her. Do I believe she loved me? That's up for debate. When she liked me, I can say that. But she quit. And I got mad and I got pissed off and I blamed her. And I blamed her because the time in which we were supposed to spend, we didn't. The time in which we were supposed to talk, we did it. She had a job, a second one. So the time I felt she did it to us, I said, you won't even take the responsibility. I felt like Richard Pryor, where he said, man, she took everything except the blame. She blamed me. And in the end, she was right, because I didn't know what I told y'all. That I was cheating on her with taking my time away from her. And that's the message. When you are with her, kill the phone. Kill the distractions. Be with your woman. Don't go through what I went through. I'm going to find a great woman. Women, because I'm doing polygamy now. But it should have never got to this. With no disrespect to my future ladies. Plan to give you the best version of me that I can give. And then work on that and build even more. Because I need effective communication. Not just affection. But that's what it was. I messed up. And it took somebody like Kevin Samuels, out of all people. I like Kevin Samuels. But it took for Kevin Samuels to basically not even know me and say, why is it that when people talk about relationships, they never talk about what they did for the relationship to go sour? And then I thought about it. I really sat there and I thought, I'm a very great critical thinker. So what I did was I sat back and I got pissed because I fucked up. And when you are the person who fucks up, you get pissed off because you're disappointed in your actions, because you should have seen it coming. It should have never got there, but it got there with me. And at the end of the day, it's what it is. Fellas, in order to love your woman adequately analyze all of this. Learn her love language. Let her know yours. You are supposed to be loved in a relationship as well. And for the most part, I believe she liked me. I don't know if it was love. It's hard for me to sit back now because of things that have transpired, but she's still a great woman. She still did what she was supposed to do. I may disagree with her for going back on her word and saying, this and that, because I felt like we could have had that conversation. And in the end, I was wrong when she sent off the text message because I just blocked her. See, the type of person I am, I will get rid of the old person that I was and become a new person. All I know is rebuild after I destroy. It's a defense mechanism. Is it wrong? Is it right? That's completely up to y'all to have y'all ideas about. But for me in that moment, that's what it was. For me, I'm not allowed to do certain things because if I do these things, it's going to destroy stuff. And I don't want to destroy anybody. So I took a chance at love. And I messed up. And I failed. And it was great. Because it was a great time. It was an amazing time. We were in 3 different time zones. We were in Atlanta. We were in Oklahoma. We were in California. We made it work. The time that we had. And I'm appreciative of that. Because for 10 years, I didn't even have any semblance of that. I thought I was supposed to have something that didn't resemble any of that. But I appreciate her. And I thank her. Because it didn't have to go that way. but it did. But I'm on to the next chapter. Going to be a greater chapter in life. And that's exactly how y'all have to look at it when you're dealing with your exes. Oh, and by the way, my favorite number is 33. The second favorite number would be 3. The third favorite number would have to be 42. I don't know, I just always liked it. Probably because of Jerry Stackhouse. But hey, good talking with y'all. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.